Hello, all. Welcome to In 5 Minutes Computer Architecture and Organization. In this first video of this lecture series, we are going to have a brief introduction of the subject. In today's modern era, it is very safe to say that there is not a single aspect of human life in which computers are not used. So, we have different kinds of computers solving our everyday problems and performing different tasks for us. So let's understand how a particular task is performed by a computer, or how do we use a computer to perform a particular task. I'm sure now we all are familiar with smartphones. In smartphones, to perform different tasks like listening to music or watching videos or playing games, we have different apps. So, applications. When these apps are run, the program is executed. So basically for particular application, the program is written in a higher level programming language. So it can, for example, it can be a Java or a C++. Applications, apps for smartphones. Then we go to programs. Now these programs are executed on a operating system or a runtime system of a device. Now for smartphones we have Android, or for PCs and laptops we have different operating systems. You are familiar with Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, and so on. So till this, what is happening is application, when it is run, the program is executed and the statements are executed, and what operating system does is it converts the program statements into the language that machine understands. So machine can only understand the binary language because the internal circuitry of machine is binary. Operating system converts it into machine language. And now below this operating system, we have system architecture or instruction set architecture, also known as ISA. Now actually this is the level where the scope of this subject begins. System architecture, the instructions, we saw that operating system converts programs into machine language, and system architecture specifies what kind of instructions or what kind of basic operations CPU or central processing unit of that device can perform. So it provides the programmer an entire idea of various parameters available and operations available to perform operations. Now, this is where I said key computer architecture begins. Now, after system architecture, we are going to dive deeper into something called microarchitecture. A microarchitecture consists of the basic parts of a computer or organization of central processing unit along with its peripheral and memory devices. So this is the crux of the computer organization subject. So where CPU and all the other components of a computer are interconnected with each other to perform these operations. So basically this is an implementation of system architecture. And a microarchitecture is implemented at using various digital logic circuits. I'm sure you must have studied digital logic circuits in previous semesters, such as gates. Then using gates, we can build several combinational and sequential circuits such as registers or multiplexers and so on. So this microarchitecture is implemented using digital logic circuits. And finally, inside the digital logic circuits, we have transistor logics. And we all know the transistor logic finally it performs on the electrical signals, two-valued electrical signals basically. So finally we get to the part where the entire task is performed by the electrical signals, and these are basically called the 7 different levels I have drawn. These are called the levels of abstraction here. And as a computer architect or a computer architecture and organization student, we are going to focus on these two parts of the abstraction level. So this part basically acts as an interface between the software part and the hardware part, and this affects both the levels of abstraction. So whatever it changes or whatever are the issues in the computer architecture, they are going to affect both software and hardware. So this is the most crucial stage in the in the transformation levels I've shown. So I hope you have understood the significance of the subject, and now we are about to embark on a journey of in interesting part of the computer architecture.